क्या ये आपका प्लान ए था? कैसा बना ये लूसो लाइफस्टाइल?
So exactly, it was not the plan A. I wanted to start my own brand.
ये लोगों को पता होता है कि leather means killing, but still they use it.
Awareness is increasing right now, so people are getting to know about it. Usually what they feel is it is just a byproduct of the meat industry which is being used, but that's not the case anymore. That used to happen earlier.
If I tore down a Lusso footwear and study each layer, so what will surprise me the most?
Each and everything that we're using is vegan. Vegan basically means that it's not using animal leather. It necessarily doesn't mean that it's plant-based. It just means that there are no animals used or animal-derived products used within the product.
Hello everyone, welcome to Plan B, where every business matters. Today we have Bhavin Doshi, the founder of Lusso Lifestyle, India's first vegan luxury brand. Along with him is Avin Doshi, the marketing director. Lusso Lifestyle is all about combining luxury with kindness and creating stylish and cruelty-free products without using any animal component. In a world where traditional leather is everywhere, Lusso Lifestyle has chosen a bold and a compassionate path. So let's dive into their journey, the challenges they have faced in making leather more ethical than ever. So hi Bhavin, hi Avin, welcome to Plan B, and it's our pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
So I have been hearing about Lusso Lifestyle for a while now. I must say you have built an incredible brand.
Thank you so much.
So please take us to the beginning कि क्या ये आपका प्लान ए था? कैसा बना ये Lusso Lifestyle?
So exactly, it was not the plan A. Plan A was something completely opposite to what I started. So I think 7 to 8 years ago, I wanted to start a premium leatherware brand. So basically I used to sell a lot of leather goods from abroad. I used to import them to India and I used to sell it across India and at a cheaper price. I used to sell a lot of big brands as well who used to make leather products. So eventually I got very much interested in that particular field and I wanted to start my own brand. So I got into the R&D part much later on. Before that, I just started the brand conceptualizing and creating a proper business plan, wherein I onboarded few investors also. We were completely ready to launch the brand. There was some different concept for the brand, and while the business plan was being made, I just thought of going on to Google and see. I wanted to research about how these products are being sold at such an expensive price and why people are actually buying them as well. That's when I got to know that these products are made out of leather. Of course it is made out of leather, but how cruelly the leather is procured, that is something which was very shocking for me. After that I completely dropped the idea because I saw such horrific videos in front of me wherein animals were being ripped off completely off their skin. उनका skin use हो रहा था कई जगह पे. A lot of times there was mass killing which was being done just for production of leather goods, and even farming was being done. For you need to have those many cows to fulfill the demand firstly. So all those things were happening, and that was very shocking. And first thing which I did was I stopped selling leather goods. The actual business which I was doing, Plan A, was completely a flop. Secondly, I wanted to give an alternative to our audiences. The people, they don't have any alternate option. That's the reason why they were buying leather goods. That's when I started thinking about Plan B, and eventually initially I just gave up on the idea itself. Of course, the leather brand which I was supposed to launch. Then later on I thought, if we'll not create something, they'll still continue wearing leather goods because they don't have any other good options in the market. that's when I started thinking in that particular direction, and I started the brand Lusso Lifestyle.
Wow, that's an incredible journey that you guys have gone through. Uh, when I talk about these customers, those who were using leather, do you feel that ये लोगों को पता होता है कि leather means killing, but still they use it? So what?
See, if you talk about them knowing about it, the percentage is very less. Awareness is increasing right now, so people are getting to know about it. Usually what they feel is it is just a byproduct of the meat industry which is being used, but that's not the case anymore. That used to happen earlier, but not anymore. So a lot of people are not aware about it, they buy it unknowingly. A lot of people are aware about it and they are okay with it.
So Lusso Lifestyle, being the first vegan brand in India, ये कैसे डिफरेंट है बाकी लग्जरी ब्रांड्स से?
वीगन का खाली वो नहीं है कि वी नॉट जस्ट वीगन फॉर द नेम सेक, लाइक एवरीथिंग दैट वी डू हैज अ मीनिंग बिहाइंड इट, is targeted towards the larger vision of having a cruelty-free alternative to almost all the products that humans are using or consuming or exploiting, for the matter of fact. Whatever we are seeing in terms of luxury brands, what they've marketed it in such a way that you want to feel associated with them, even though they are very, very wrong in the terms in the type of products they are putting out for the market. But they want to justify that price, and hence names like calf skin leather, alligators, and all of these types of leather are in the market, because they are thinking of how they can add more margins to their already overhyped and over expensive products.
So now I'm very curious to know that what if I tore down a Lusso footwear and study each layer, so what will surprise me the most? What is that thing?
So
I think it's a craftsmanship
so
that
it's
goes inside.
obviously you will find that each and everything that we're using is vegan. Vegan basically means that it's not using animal leather. It necessarily doesn't mean that it's plant based. It just means that there are no animals used or animal derived products used within the products. So you'll first of all, and a lot of brands right now who call themselves vegan or are doing cruelty free products still have some components. For example, if I'm talking about my particular shoe industry, in shoes, even the pasting which is used, the glue, that is usually made of the leather dust which is there. So things like those, you'll find that we actually use everything which is vegan. First of all, it's not something that you can notice or you can tell, but apart from that, you'll see the simpler things like the stitching, the pasting and everything are very well crafted, because I think vegan is obviously the things that we've driven ourselves to this point, but more importantly, it's the craftsmanship and it's the experience of the product that we want to give, apart from just being a vegan, a vegan brand.
We use very high quality raw materials, even from a single thread to the lining to the texan board which is used inside of the shoe, because everything eventually matters a lot. A lot of brands just put whatever they want because of economic factors, because of the price range, budgeting and everything, but we make sure we use top quality products, and we keep doing our R&D to make our product, we figure out how we can make this better every year. So with every new collection, our product quality improves.
So it's simple things done right to a very high level of quality control. That's basically the entire gist of how our production is at such a good level.
Very, very good thought actually, because a lot of brands are not doing, because these are the minute details one should pay attention to.
For them, it's just maybe money making. For
maybe.
us, we are here with a vision. We have some kind of a story attached why we launched this particular brand. It was not just for money's sake at the first place. So yeah, we want to ensure that we give them quality products so that they come back to us and they have their belief in vegan products. That's the only motto that we
I think
have.
that was one of the major challenges that we faced while starting this brand, because in general the people actually thought that vegan या non leather होगा तो low quality ही होगा. That was the general idea everyone had, like a stereotype everyone had with leather, with vegan leather or non leather products. But to sort of rise from that in a way wherein people are actually coming back, people are actually thanking us for starting this brand. And so that is, I think, more valuable to us than anything money could provide.
राइट राइट एक्चुअली आई वाज गोइंग टू आस्क यू लाइक कि अगर मैं अभी कस्टमर पर्सपेक्टिव की बात करूँ, जितने भी आपके पास कस्टमर्स आते हैं, तो आपको क्या लगता है कि वो लुक एंड फील पे ज़्यादा जाते हैं कि दे केयर अबाउट क्रूअल्टी फ्री प्रोडक्ट्स एज वेल राइट नाउ?
इनिशियली तो देखो, no one actually cared about whether leather है non leather है, but I think after COVID or after certain Western influence, for example, there's a whole vegan wave which is coming from the West. So after that, I think people are starting to become more conscious about what they're consuming, what
they started actually asking us, how is it vegan, what material are you using, and so they have their own set of questions and queries because they usually don't buy vegan shoes, but they want to switch from leather to vegan. So we've seen those kind of clients walking in a lot, and not just in India, even from outside India. So yeah, the demand is rising for such products, and people are consciously making that decision right now.
It's comparatively still low, the percent of people who are coming to us with like specific conscious questions, but it's certainly on a high compared to where we started.
Because I think a lot of clients already know we are vegan. A lot of them don't know, so they come and they want to make sure that they're buying vegan products.
Oh, great.
So yeah.
Because I have been to your store, you have a beautiful collection, I must say. And वो पता ही नहीं चलता है actually, क्योंकि वो leather finish तो वो दिख के ही आता है.
That's what the whole concept was. That the person shouldn't know it is vegan. That's when he would be interested in buying that. And that's when the purpose is solved, that we want to provide a proper alternative to a leather product.
Now if I talk about there you might have gone an opportunity that doesn't go with Lusso's value or what Lusso stands for. So were there any opportunities?
Yeah, there were a lot of opportunities. Firstly, one investor, he approached me, and he was not really a fan of vegan things, but he really liked my designs. He loved the craftsmanship also. He bought few pairs and they were very comfortable for him, but later on he got to know that they were vegan, because he just came, he bought for the design sake. Later on he contacted me via LinkedIn, we got in touch. He told me that I want to invest XYZ amount and I want to do it on a very good scale, but I want it to be proper leather, because I didn't know this was not leather. It's later on when I got to know through when I went to your website, I got to know it's vegan, because I actually did not get to know about it earlier.
It's a compliment for Lusso.
That was a compliment. So I asked him, why do you then want to shift to animal leather when you yourself not get to know? He had his own set of reasons and other things. So he forced me a lot. He actually used to call me every week and used to talk to me about it, because he was very much interested in this and he wanted to start a proper shoe brand. He had his funds with him and he used to call me up, and I just kept saying no. He used to bait me with a lot of other things. We'll do it at a global level, we'll open up these many stores, blah blah blah, but we just didn't want to do that, and that's why we started this thing. And yeah, I think that was one situation I can talk about. There was other situation also wherein somebody came to us and they wanted to take it to an IPO level. So they wanted to pump in money, but it was just all dirty business, because that was for their own sake. So we were just out of that. We were like, we'll just focus on our brand for now, one store, and slowly we'll grow.
It's about growing organically instead of just pushing more money or just looking at it from a monetary perspective. I think in that way you can make a lot of money and reach a certain level, but somewhere fast money will not benefit you in the long run, or will not give you that satisfaction of that you've earned that money.
Actually, it's a great initiative, because initially when you started, the maximum market was catering towards luxury leather only, and it was a big step. And
correct.
Yeah. It's really good to see you both brothers coming together and running a business of this scale. What is the fun aspect of the brothers relationship?
I think the fun aspect is, for me, it's we both are completely opposites. Okay, if I like this, he'll like this. If my way of marketing is this, his way of marketing is something else. So we get to experience both of it. We get to know what is working, what is not working. If he is telling me we need to market our brand in this particular direction, we'll try that also. Then if that doesn't work, I'll try my ways. If that works, so accordingly we get a lot of chances wherein, we actually get to know what is working and what is actually not working for the brand, and that's good for the brand. That's how we grow. So that's one thing. Secondly, I think him being my younger brother, it has been a very good thing for me also, for him to get into this part. And with working with him is always fun, be it whatever. He's always there to support the brand. He's backing the brand. Even if there is any situation where I am stuck, if I'll tell him, he'll just silently do it, no matter how much of load he has in his hand already. So we have our own ways of working also. But yeah, we do support each other in that way, and the trust is something which is there between us, and which is why the brand is going so further.
तो सबसे ज़्यादा important चीज़ होती है partners में, चाहे कोई भी partner हो, life partner हो या
Because we both are not doing this for money. We both know that. We both know that, it's for a cause. Money is something that you follow.
You could earn, there are 100 ways to earn the money.
Yeah.
But if you have a certain vision in your mind, वो achieve करना I think ज़्यादा important है.
Important है, right. When I talk about your customers again, because जो first hand आते हैं customers आपके पास, कोई feedback या कोई experience जो आप लोगों के दिमाग में अटक गया हो, any good experiences and feedbacks that you have got?
Yeah, good experiences are also there. There are few bad experiences as well, because you are running a brand in the end. Somebody at some point of time might just
100%
not like
satisfaction,
it.
so it's not possible in any industry.
Yeah, but talking about the feedback, a lot of clients come to us and they tell us that they've bought shoes from very good brands, very big brands, but they don't provide that kind of comfort which we provide. Those are just brand tags, but you all are actually a proper comfortable vegan shoe brand. So that is something that really makes us feel proud, because a lot of clients talk about it. It's not just 1, 2, 3, but a lot of clients tell us about this.
The thing about these bigger brands is that the quality control is there, but they source it from multiple different factories, multiple different units. It's mass produced actually. There are very few brands who are जिनके पास वो लेवल का क्वालिटी कंट्रोल है कि वो सब चीज़ from materials, production, craftsmanship उतना कंट्रोल करके उस लेवल पे मेंटेन कर सके throughout their entire production. So there are multiple things like that कि जो आपको when you think about it, customers will eventually, obviously customers will have an experience where one brand, same brand, their shoes might have lasted for 5 years, but उन्होंने वापस कोई शूज़ खरीदा होगा, वो आपका 3 months 6 months के अंदर खराब होगा, because it's all by luck.
It's basically shoe is something which you wear on your foot, and it goes through a lot of operations every day. So its physical wear and tear is always going to be there. It's on how you use the product and how well you maintain it. So yeah, that kind of feedback also we get from a lot of people, that my shoe lasted for good 3-4 years, 5 years, and on the other side the percentage is very low of people who tell us that the shoe did not last for a year or something, but that was earlier. Now ever since we've shifted our making to a very premium make, we've stopped getting those kind of feedback. And now I think since last
actually,
1.5 years we've not had any issues as such regarding the
one
quality.
Thing that we actually initially, I think in the second year or third year, right after COVID, we were getting a lot of complaints about shoe bites as well. And loafers mein you get shoe bites. I mean, I'd say about 50% of the brands you would get shoe bites, and that is actually quite normal. But to solve that, we've actually again taken that feedback in a very constructive way. And if you see our loafers, specifically our loafers, you will see a very soft cushioning at the back, which I don't think so a lot of brands or
none of the brands I think so. That's basically like an inbuilt shoe bite protector which we've added to most of our shoes. Taking the feedback and converting it into something that can help us also grow was something that we thought of. And yeah, it took us good 6 months, I think 8 months to come up with that particular idea, but we did that eventually.
Right. Mm, talking about maintaining the shoe, so are there any specific tips and tricks you would like to mention? Because again, durability is very subjective. How do you use it?
So according to me, so I'll tell you, in terms of shoes, be it vegan or leather, first main thing is your shoes should get the air. You can't just keep the shoes packed in a box. Even if you're not wearing it for like good 5-6 months, keep it open in the, maybe keep it in the shoe wardrobe that opens once or twice a day. The passage of air has to be there. And secondly, not supposed to use shoes during rainy season. Talking about leather or vegan leather, you're not supposed to use them during rainy season. The water should not enter the shoe, and even if it does, make sure you air dry it at the same time. Thirdly, I think cleaning the shoe on regular basis is a must if you want to increase the life of your shoes. Just clean them nicely and use
Actually, it just boils down to how well you're maintaining your shoe. Like we've got pairs which I think first or second batch maybe which we made in the first or second year, 5 years, which are still intact and in very good shape. Like you wouldn't know that this is 5-year-old shoe.
So it's a whole, so obviously we made that shoe, so we obviously take very good care of it because it is our brand. But a lot of clients, they just don't care, they just wear it and they just don't even clean their shoes, which is not a good habit, I feel.
And if you are not maintaining that and expecting it to last for 5-6 years, I think that's a bit counterintuitive.
A lot of expectations.
Yeah.
It was a really good suggestion, I feel, because many people don't know कि air लगनी चाहिए shoes में, I feel, and अगर पता भी होता तो we don't care much.
And I'm telling you, even after this, people know about it, they will still not do it. I mean, that's how human psychology is.
True, that's true. Now, if we see the global market, so sustainability and cruelty-free products use करना उनकी first choice बन गई है. We have seen them growing in that sector. Do you feel कि इंडिया भी same चीज करेंगे अभी आगे time में? Or there is still time that they are choosing cruelty-free products on
the
their
demand has started rising, to be honest. I think it's going to take maybe 4 or 5 years more, but the demand is
But I think
increasing year on year.
we're somewhere behind because India should have been one of the first countries to be heading this. Because if you see it's a very Hindu dominant country, and apart from that, our entire culture tells you about being ahimsa mat karo, ahimsa parmo dharam, and all of that.
So even when you talk about Indians, you'll see in all the books usually they talk about loving animals, being around them, and a lot of things like that. But what happens is that this particular culture is coming from the West, which is something which really pinches us. But yeah, eventually people are realizing it, and the demand is rising year on year, because of which I personally feel next 4 to 5 years the vegan boom is going to be there, and it has just started, to be very honest, and people are soon going to consciously select what products they are using, what products they are wearing, what they are eating. So yeah, that thing is going to come up soon.
Yeah, because I feel if I talk about sustainability as well, हम लोग सब कहीं ना कहीं हमारे कार्बन फुटप्रिंट्स होते ही है, बट वी आर टेकिंग अ स्टेप कि हम वो कम कर सके. एंड लूसोज इनिशिएटिव आई फील, बिकॉज लेदर इटसेल्फ emits a lot of carbon. Yeah.
So this is there because see, when you produce leather, a lot of people talk about it from a perspective that leather is biodegradable. It's natural, it's biodegradable. But I'll tell you honestly what's happening right now, because it has become such a big business. The leather that they take from the skin that they rip off the animals and then they process it into leather, that process itself is so chemically treated that now leather is not naturally biodegradable. A lot of people don't know about this because while you make leather, there are a lot of plastic coatings also that go on it, so that the leather doesn't biodegrade itself when it's in the warehouse. If it was naturally biodegradable, आप ही सोचिए वो leather warehouse में पड़े पड़े biodegrade हो चुका होता अब तक. But it doesn't happen because a lot of chemical treatment that it goes under. So we don't see any sense over here because firstly आपका carbon footprint increase हो रहा है because आप leather produce कर रहे हो, the methane and everything, the cow livestock and all, everything that you are raising just for the meat and the leather industry, it's eventually what's happening is it is affecting the environment because of the carbon emission. Global warming is happening. And when we talk about our products, vegan products, the carbon emission is almost, you can say, 1 or 2% of what it's there for leather.
7 times less. That's what
7 times less.
7 times less than what you would get from a leather product.
So how many cows and crocodiles and snakes
The list
we are
is
saving?
actually endless. Like you wouldn't be surprised if, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I go to the dark web and see people are actually sourcing human skin as well right now,
Oh my god.
which is
Dog skin was there
Crazy,
3-4 years ago. This thing came out from China wherein dogs were being killed for their skin, and the skin was being sold off without even mentioning it's a dog skin, because nobody would want to use a dog skin.
Right.
So the skin was being exported because it was cheaper for them. So skin was being exported and without mentioning it's a dog skin. And countries Europe and US used to buy as well, and they used to make they used to use it for the leather products. But that eventually came out, and now recently, you know, if you see on a dark web, you will find this thing which he mentioned, the human skin also being traded for making of leather goods and even human meat, for the matter of fact.
It's just
So
sad.
it's very sad. The industry is very cruel.
like animals and all. Nothing is pet. Animals, humans, everyone is coming in the same bracket for certain sections of society.
But I'm happy to see Lusso doing what he. What does Lusso mean, by the way?
Lusso means luxury. So the name Lusso Lifestyle, because we wanted to come up with a concept wherein it's not necessary to take someone's life to be in the segment which is known as luxury.
Very, very beautiful.
So luxury not necessarily has to be cruel. That's what the concept was, and that's why Lusso Lifestyle.
Lusso's footwear being very incredibly beautiful, like design is perfect, comfort is perfect. We have seen that a lot of Bollywood celebrities are also wearing it. But there's a rumor that अभी एक big screen पे भी Lusso feature होने वाला है. Is it true?
Yes, it is. I have been keeping this to myself since really long because I was not allowed to reveal this. But yeah, if you know about the movie which is releasing on 1st May, Raid 2,
Yeah.
in that Ritesh Deshmukh is wearing chappals, and all of them are made by us. And in fact, the chappal is playing a very important role in the movie also. So yeah. That's
Ritesh is
true.
a vegan himself, so I think it makes sense that he's going with Lusso. Also, it's not just that this is not the first time that we've seen Lusso on the big screen. If you've seen that the new show which has come out, Jewel Thief from Jaideep, featuring
Netflix.
Jaideep Alawat. He's also wearing our shoes, and in certain scenes you can see when he's sitting cross-legged or something, that you can see the logo, our logo on the sole.
We actually didn't know he's wearing our shoes, and
that was something which
a friend called up while we were on the way to the podcast. He told us that he sent us a photo on WhatsApp that this is your shoe, right?
Yeah, this
That's
is just
when I
like
got to know that in this
a couple of hours
Jaideep
back.
is wearing, and he said there are 4-5 pairs he saw. I'm sure we're going to go back and see the
Yeah.
entire series now.
Yeah.
So-
I think so. अभी आई है वो Netflix पे.
हाँ,
And
हाँ.
I'll watch it. It's so good to see the brand grow.
And
Thank you.
there are a lot of celebrities who are wearing our shoes. So
Yeah, we spot a lot of them in the movies, just for their promotions or elsewhere also.
How does it feel? Good.
it feels
Yeah,
really good that
really good.
celebs are also endorsing something which is vegan, something which is good for the planet itself. So it's good to grow with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. So let's have a fun rapid fire round. between you two guys. I'll just ask few questions. You can pick up your choice. So my first question is socks, match or contrast?
Match. I think match. The choice. Yeah. I'll match it with my pants, but generally either of them is fine with me. I match it with my shoes generally, but yeah.
Okay, right. Embroidery or minimalism?
Embroidery, minimalism,
Okay. One shoe that every man must have.
boot. I think a penny loafer,
Penny loafer. Okay, good. Old money or new money style?
old money, always new money.
First thing that you noticed in someone's footwear.
Notice someone's footwear. I usually take a look at their the shape of the toe, the design that they're wearing. Tells a lot about the personality of the person wearing it.
Right, right. Daytime wedding, loafers or sandals? Very controversial.
And I'd always go for loafers. So basically, whatever he's saying, I'm gonna say the opposite. You can assume that.
True, true. And a shoe mistake that instantly kills the look.
Ethnic people wearing low sneakers with their ethnics. I absolutely hate it. Yeah, and also wearing casual shoes with their formal attire. That will make sense at all.
So true. And my last question, one word that describes Lusso lifestyle.
Lusso. That means luxury in Italian. So, and yeah, that's about it.
It was really great time with you both guys, and
Thank you so much. I told you.
yeah, I've learned a lot about veganism, the brand Lusso itself, and it's really good to see you guys growing, and you have done a very good job since the pandemic, I would say.
Thanks. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed our episode.
Stay tuned for more.
Until then,
Until then, please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel.
thank you.